Hey, what's up, Coin Fam? I hope everybody's having an awesome day today. In this video, we're going to be talking about the 1963 Lincoln cent. Do you know anybody that has an old coin folder like this laying around? If you do, you're going to want to pull it out and look for these rare 1963 Lincoln pennies worth money. According to Wikipedia, in 1963, there were over 754 million pennies minted without a mint mark, which means they were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. There were over 1.7 billion pennies minted at the Denver Mint, and these pennies will have the D mint mark. In addition to business strike pennies, there were a little bit over 3 million proof coins that were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. So again, these pennies will not have a mint mark, but the strike on the proof coins is going to be much better than the business strike coins. Let's start off with one of the prettiest pennies I've ever seen. This is a 1963 proof coin, and we just talked about those a minute ago. This graded at proof 70, which is the highest possible grade you can get. It was also designated DCAM, which means deep cameo, and that's the contrast between the field of the coin and the details of the coin. The obverse or back of the coin looks just as pretty as the front of it. This penny right here sold at auction for $39,100. You're probably not going to find something like this in circulation, but if you go back and you check your proof sets, you never know, you might have another 70 in there. Now that last one was pretty, but it's supposed to be pretty. It's a proof coin. It was minted specifically for coin collectors. How about this one right here? This is a business strike, 1963, and this one didn't come in at a perfect 70 like the last one, but it came in at a mint state 67, which is extremely close. This is a coin with very few flaws. It was graded red. For pennies, they're designated either red, brown, or red-brown. This one came in at red. Red is the designation that usually gets a few extra dollars for these pennies. Again, the reverse of this coin is just as pretty as the obverse of this coin. This one right here sold at auction for $3,172. Well worth every cent. We can't have a video about coins without errors, right? I think error coins are some of the most interesting coins out there that you can collect. What do you think about error coins? Do you have any in your collection right now? Are they coins that interest you, or are you just interested in the traditional coins that people collect? This is a 1963 penny that was minted in Philadelphia. You can tell because there's no mint mark underneath the date. This penny is unique because it was minted on a dime planchet. We've seen those in previous videos, and it's really confusing about how that happens. But they do happen, and when they do, they're worth some pretty good money. This one here sold at auction for $4,600. Here's something you don't see very often. These things probably happen a whole lot more than what we're aware of, but they get caught at the mint before they make it out into circulation. This is a 1963 penny, just like all the other ones. It was graded mint state 64, red-brown, but this one has a defective planchet. This error right here was called a blowhole because of the defective planchet. Now, you're probably not going to see something like this in the circulation, but if you do, make sure you get it checked out by somebody at the local coin shop and consider having it graded also. Something like this isn't worth as much as the other pennies that we've seen in the video so far, but this one here sold for $253. So this is a 1963 penny, just like the other ones we've seen. It was graded proof 66, so this is one that was minted specifically for coin collectors, and this one is designated double die reverse, or DDR. So we're going to want to take a look at the back of the coin to find this error, and here it is. Now, if you don't know what you're looking for, you probably don't see anything wrong with this. But if you know that a double die reverse refers to doubling of some of the features on a coin, you may know exactly where to look. There are several places on the lettering of this penny where you can see doubling. Some of it is subtle, but it's most prominent on the letters in the word 1 cent at the bottom part of the penny. If we take a closer look at the serifs on the N, the E, we can see some doubling on the lower part of the C, and the serifs of the E, the N, and the T in cent as well. These are really fun errors to find, and there are some very well-known double dies out, like the 1955 DDO. My dad told me he used to look for that one when he was a kid growing up in the 60s. This DDR sold at auction for $288. Here's one you might find while you're checking your Whitman coin folders. You'll probably need to look at one of these under magnification, so it's important to have a magnification magnifying glass, a loop, or a coin microscope available to you. If you need one, take a look at the details below the video. I have a list of coin microscopes at different price points that might be worth your while. And here's another double die. This one, though, is a DDO for double die obverse, so the doubling is going to show up on the front of this penny. This is a 1963 D, so it was minted in Denver. Usually don't see a whole lot of errors coming out of Denver nowadays. Philadelphia is the one that messes these things up more than anybody else. Doubling is a lot more prominent than what it was on the one we just looked at, but this one here graded MS65 red. And if your eyes are better than mine, you should be able to see the doubling at the 3 in the year 1963. I'll have another video that you're going to want to see coming out soon, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you find anything.